Hello,
Hey, how you doing?
doing well, thank you.
I just want to say thank you. Your book is great, and we're looking forward to, in our Atheist Christian Book Club, to be able to uh, discuss it. In fact, there's already been a little bit of discussion already on that.
Yeah, greetings to all of you, and thank you for inviting me to participate in your club.
About how long did it take you to write the book?
It was 5 years total.
5 years total.
Yes,
Wow.
there's a reason for that.
Well, it seems to be well documented. Lots of endnotes and things like that, it seemed like on many of the topics there's such new research that things that you were writing 5 years ago, you need to come back and there's more thorough information now.
Well, the book was born out of my going through the entire Bible and noting that every major creation text links the doctrine of creation with the doctrine of redemption. And you got some texts that say that God begins his works of redemption before he creates anything. So I kind of inferred that everything God creates is for the purpose of making possible billions of human beings coming into a personal relationship with the creator of the universe. And that's what launched a 3 year thorough survey of the scientific literature. So I was reading in all the different scientific disciplines to see if that premise indeed was sustained by the latest scientific discoveries. And after that 3 year study, that's when I began to write the book in earnest. And while I was writing it, I continued to read the scientific literature, which explains why many of the endnotes you see there are literally just months before the book was released.
Yes.
So that's the story. The book basically says my conclusion is yes, indeed, every component of the universe, every event in the history of the universe plays a role in making possible billions of human beings coming into a personal relationship with the creator of the universe within just thousands of years rather than millions or billions of years.
Wow. Well, now, I think a lot of people think, well, there's not something so unique about Earth. There's, trillions of stars and planets out there. And what do you need? You just need a temperature range and a certain amount of oxygen, and you're ready to go. But that's not quite the case, is it?
It's not quite the case. In the opening chapter of the book, I make the point you can't have human beings living unless you have a universe exactly the size that it is, exactly the age that it is, with the right laws and constants of physics. So the entire universe is necessary to make possible the existence of one planet on which intelligent spiritual beings can exist. So that's how the book begins, and I kind of narrow in on the Earth and say, yeah, that the timing of the Earth's formation, our galaxy, every event in our galaxy must be critically fine-tuned to make possible. It's not just making possible human beings, but making possible human beings with the technology and the civilization so that billions can live on this planet at one time and be able to hear the message of salvation you see recorded in the pages of the Bible.
Well, Hugh, our book club is going to be a just about equal, hopefully, a half Christians and half atheists. Looks like we're probably going to do next month. We're going to be looking at Krauss's book, A Universe Out of Nothing. So be getting
Well,
ready
I
for
wrote a
that.
review of that book. You'll see it on our web page. So
Well, we
you
that
might
will be
like
part
that.
of my research when I prepare for that. But let me ask you something. The What would you say to the Christians who are going to be discussing your book? What would you like to say to them? And then maybe if you had a word to say to our atheist friends.
Well, I kind of like, I mean, I'm getting very good comments from both atheists and believers. A lot of atheists like what I say in the latter chapters, making the point that we can only have billions of people living on the planet with technology because we live at a time in Earth's history where we've got extreme climate stability. And I talk about what it takes to have that period of extreme climate stability. But a message I'm trying to say to both believers and unbelievers, this is not the norm, it's the exception.
Mm.
It's never happened before in the history of the Earth where we had this extreme climate stability at an optimal global mean temperature. It's only been the last 9,000 years. And hence, regardless of your religious perspective, we should band together to do what we can to preserve that period of climate stability. And I end the book by making the point no matter what we do, we're not going to be able to sustain it for more than about 1,400 years. But
Mm.
if we're not careful, we could bring it to an end in as little as 100 years. So I think it's in everybody's best interest to do what we can to sustain this amazing gift of extreme climate stability that God has given us.
Well, Hugh, I really appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to address our Atheist Christian Book Club. And thank you so much for writing the book and for spending some time with us. And on behalf of our co founder, Bill Cluck, I just want to say thank you and God bless you.
Well, thank you. And if people have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them on my Facebook and Twitter page. And I tend to get an equal number of questions from atheists as well as from Christians. So I love your book club. It fits right in with what I'm doing here at Reasons to Believe.
Thanks so much. God bless.
You're welcome.